Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and I ended up putting a video on my, third channel, you could say, the one that had us doing podcasts, going over the whole Dion situation when we were still, going over it back in 2018, and I just checked my channel just to, see how it's doing, and it's still getting views. And I think the first podcast that we did has over... Actually, let me look at it real quick. I think it has almost 1,300 views. Oh, wait, hang on. I was looking at the videos. I gotta look at the streams. Yeah, almost 1,300 views. Essentially 1,290 views, to be precise. And the video I just put on there is asking, what should I do for this channel now that we've moved on from the Dion drama, because that was the whole point of that channel. I'm obviously still going to keep the streams up because, why not? And I also need to do a channel name change for that because, well, I don't want to be called that anymore. I wanted to, reflect what I'm going to be doing for that channel in the future. And I was thinking of doing streams where we talk about anime. Essentially where I would pick up, for example, My Hero Academia, for example. And it would be a stream of me just talking about My Hero Academia, what I liked about it, what I thought about the characters, what I hoped for the future of the show, for example. And, people could join in and talk in the chat, about that. But... heck, I would do gaming on that channel, but I just don't want it to be a copy of this channel, essentially. So if any of you guys have any suggestions, go on over to that channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description. And, check it out, see what you think. And what kind of streams you think I should do, because I'm more than likely going to be streaming, because I figured that I could stream whenever my nephews are taking a nap, because they usually sleep around 2, maybe 3 hours if I'm lucky. So whenever they're sleeping, I could stream for that channel, which, would use up time, or use valuable time it would be valuable time that I could use, essentially. I swear, I'm not even going off a script, which I cannot talk right. I swear to God, I cannot talk right, guys. I don't know why. Anyway, this is going to be my review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure episode 14, and that's all I have up to record at the moment for the show. I did have tomorrow off, but they changed my schedule, and I'm guessing other schedules around, to where I have to close tomorrow. Which sucks, to be completely honest, but I assume because something must have happened. Maybe somebody had a death in the family or something, I don't know. I'll ask her about it when I get to work today, but... yeah, so I'm not going to be able to do as much as I want to do tomorrow. But I guess that's, a given. Things can happen, and my schedule did change. Shoot. I don't even remember what I said. I don't remember what I even said for my next schedule, but all I know is I only got 2 days off next week. And it got changed from the weekend, from morning shifts to closing shifts. So yeah, I won't be able to do anything with my fiance that weekend, so that sucks. Anyway, this review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure episode 14. Oh boy. Now that the whole Pillar Man is taken care of, in the last episode, the general had told Joseph before he died and blew himself up that there were other Pillar Men that the Roman Empire was investigating, and that they should head in that direction to find out what they know, and maybe figure out what to do about the Pillar Men from there, because there's 3 from what I know, and they're still running tests on the Pillar Man from last episode, And turns out he's still absorbing stuff because they let a snake in there with it, and it got absorbed and turned to stone like the Pillar Man. So it's still alive in there, I guess you could say, even though it's broken up into pieces, essentially. I think. I don't know, but yeah, it's still not dead, I guess you could say. So I don't know how they're going to destroy them. We will see. Anyway, no. It was, what, Italy? I don't remember. It was either Italy or Rome. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I just checked the episode. Shoot. Shows how much I pay attention. But yeah, they head out there, wherever there is. And I think it is Italy because they give him, he's at a restaurant and they give him spaghetti that's infused with squid ink, which makes it black. And Joseph obviously got annoyed at this because, why would you serve me black spaghetti? Because he didn't know that it's something that they really, they experiment with pasta and stuff, and he tried it and he liked it. And we see in the background some guy just smoozing over another girl, and the way he's talking with her, and I'm like, I'm kind of agreeing with Joseph. What kind of woman falls for that, essentially? And Joseph tries to use some hormone and mess with the guy, but the guy turns it right back around on him. So he knows how to use hormone, so that's something Joseph wasn't expecting. Later, they meet at the fountain, and he's obviously, still smooth-talking girls. And this is actually the guy that they're supposed to meet up with. And it turns out this guy is Zeppeli, the guy who had trained Jojo way back when, had essentially trained Joseph's granddad in, how to use hormone and all that, and then they went after, Dio and stuff. That's his grandson. That's Caesar Zeppeli, and I'm like, good lord! I was not expecting him to have a grandson. Then again, he did say he left his family behind when he went to go pursue the whole stuff with the masks. I just didn't know that he had, that extended family. And Caesar's not wanting to work with Joseph because the guy is weak, in his opinion. And I'm like, Joseph is still... Joseph barely knows how to use his hormone correctly. So, yeah, cut him some slack. He doesn't have official training like you do, more than likely. And he and Joseph get into a little spat. And Joseph actually is very creative in what he does, but the bad thing is that Caesar's more experienced with using hormone, and he uses it to trap Joseph in a bubble. Yeah. So it shows that Joseph still has a lot to learn, obviously. Later, they end up meeting up with, I guess, a friend of his, and they're taken down to the crypts where the Pillar Men are being housed, and the government, the military is there, and they have ultraviolet lights on the Pillar Men, to keep them from getting out. They get out anyway, and they get creative, and they kill a bunch of the guys that are there, and use that blood to cover up the lights, so they're not turned back to stone. And these guys are, there's 3 of them, and they are very, very terrifying. Caesar's poor friend, who was looking to get engaged, I think he was engaged, or he was about to be, I'm not sure. But he ran off in terror, seeing all the bodies, and ended up literally running into the Pillar Men. They walked right through him, and because of this, it took off part of the poor guy's head, to where it essentially ended up killing him. Well, technically it didn't kill him. Caesar gave him a mercy killing, essentially, because the poor guy wouldn't have survived that kind of injury. And keep in mind that the Pillar Men are still in the room at this point. And that's actually where the episode ends off. As for what happens next, I don't know. I have not watched any more JoJo's yet. I'm hoping to do so tomorrow. I would have gotten some done today, but I wanted to sleep in so badly. And I got to. My sister wasn't helping because she kept on trying to call and call and call before my mom left to take my youngest nephew to his school. And when I say school, it's more like, I guess you could say, like a daycare school thingy. It's, for those of you who live in Kentucky, it's Head Start. So you probably know what I'm talking about. She took him to Head Start, and my older nephew went to school, where the bus picked him up, essentially. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if they're going to have a hard time against the Pillarmen. I more than likely think they will, considering it's not only, they're outnumbered, essentially 2-3. Joseph still isn't very good with his hormone yet. Caesar might be more experienced, but still, if we took Joseph out of the equation, it's 1-3, essentially. And he, more than likely, I've got a bad feeling his bubble technique involving hormone is not going to do what he hopes it will do against the Pillarman. I got a bad feeling on that. Anyway, I will see everybody next time.